Mark Foundry versus Poochy.EXE. Grand Finals.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, what are the rules of this?
It's medium on 6, and let me actually check on that for you. We have a couple of different setups that we do for various tournaments. Pizza, do not put me on pizza in chat asking who sent Poochy to losers. I believe it was Mark Foundry.
That would make sense. So therefore, this is quite the mess here for Mark Foundry, as Poochy's just completely clobbering him, and Mark Foundry's going to have to be careful. He's going to get out of this right now, though. There it is. He's out of this.
And just to clarify, the format for this grand final, since some of our tournaments do have slightly different grand finals formats, this is best of 3 sets with a bracket reset. So for Poochy to be able to take the tournament, he does need to beat Mark Foundry in 2 matches. Which is going to be... It's going to be quite a feat, because if I remember this tournament correctly, Mark Foundry did not drop a single set for the entire tournament so far.
Well, he dropped that match right there, so he's down 1 game to nothing. But there was a lot of junk in Mark Foundry's way, and he had to work through it in order to prevent himself from topping out.
And that's the advantage to Poochy's combo-heavy playstyle, which Mark is adapting to Poochy's combo-heavy playstyle by speeding up the gameplay quite a bit. He's been playing markedly faster than in previous matches.
Yeah, you can tell the way that he's dropping these things, and there's a nice triple right there for Mark Foundry. Just a whole lot of junk going all over the place, and this junk here actually helps Mark Foundry. The junk actually is sending pieces over to Poochy.
And that is something that can happen. Like I've stated so many times, but it's so important to know, is garbage RNG, especially when players are evenly skilled, can make the difference in individual games.
Here's another combo setup right there for Mark Foundry. It looks like he's himself set up for another double, and he's giving it all he can to Poochy right now, and he's got a clean board.
Poochy's playfield is really ugly. This looks like it's going to be tied back up on Mark Foundry's side at a set apiece. Is getting some poor RNG in cleaning up the garbage on the right side. Unfortunate placement of that triple for Poochy, not being of the garbage not being of any help. Mark Foundry just a couple of viruses away, but Poochy also a little bit away, does have to dig out, does manage to make a combo if this goes in the right spot. Oh, that actually
helps.
That actually helped Mark Foundry, and just a red pill away from tying this first set up at 1 game apiece. Does get there.
That's so rude. Here you are thinking you just ruined your opponent's day. You just gave him some junk pieces, only to find out those junk pieces actually helped them out.
Welcome to Dr. Mario.
And with that here, our Foundry will set himself up for another pair of plays coming up, and we'll send some junk over to Poochy. Poochy clears it out pretty well. Right now, Poochy's playfield isn't all that bad. Our Foundry's trying to tackle some stuff here in the top left corner. Able to do so. Gets a double descent on over towards Poochy. Another double there from Mark Foundry. He is taking command of this after dropping the first game of this set.
And this is one of those cases where Poochy's combo-heavy playstyle could backfire on him just because you can't get too greedy with your combos, especially against a player that's as fast as Mark Foundry is. Mark Foundry has been defeating his opponents with speed the entire tournament.
He's got himself set up for another combo coming up in just a moment. Just needs another blue pill. So he'll send more junk pieces over to Poochy, and that double red over there on the left corner getting rather annoying, but that's still clearable. It's not that much of a problem, just doesn't make the playfield look any easier.
Just needs to get a couple of red pills over there, and should be able to clean up
There
that
we
left
go.
side. And then the right side might be a little bit annoying to clear as well. Oh, look at that garbage placement on Poochy's end by Mark Foundry. That may have saved him. If that blue pill didn't fall exactly there, Poochy had a combo ready to clear the rest of his viruses. Poochy with a missed piece placement in that bottom left corner. That may actually cost him, depending on what kind of pills Mark Foundry gets to be able to clear this one out.
But no, he's got the red. Here's going to clinch it right here. Poochy gets it.
There it is. Nice recovery on Poochy's end. And almost got bit for that misdrop near the end. Mark Foundry was just a couple of pieces away from clearing the last two viruses on his end, but we are going to game 4.
Nice double right there for Poochy as Mark Foundry has that fall. Probably not in the best spots there, but
Mark Foundry
He's gonna be getting a
trouble in
double.
column 5.
not anymore.
Still a little bit of trouble in column 4. If Poochy gets a couple of lucky garbage placements,
Oh, that was not nice. That was not nice. That's, I think, your definition of rude right there.
at least one of the pills didn't fall in column 4, because that could have been GG for Mark Foundry.
Yeah, Poochy's using that to his advantage right there as Mark Foundry going to the very top has not topped out just yet, getting a double to fall, quad right there to fall in, but that's going to actually help him get a little extra room up there on the top.
Nice combo to clear out columns 4 and 5. It might be a little bit too late for Mark Foundry, though. With a 12 virus lead on Poochy's side, it'll be awful difficult to come back, especially with Poochy's playfield. Poochy has a very nice looking playfield right now.
You see, maybe the worst of it is the fact that he's got the blue or the yellow pill covered up, but that's not all that problematic at this point in this run.
That double attack from Mark Foundry might make it a little bit tougher to get to that yellow virus in the corner. Whether it's going to buy Mark Foundry enough time to clear 12 viruses, I don't know. That's a lot of work to do, and Poochy's already cleaning this up. Look at this
And
counterplay
yep.
by Mark Foundry.
That yellow there actually came in the wrong place.
That yellow that fell on Poochy's side dropped in the perfect position, but it's going to be too little too late. Poochy
Yep.
is going to take this first set in grand finals.
And you mentioned that was the first time we've seen A set drop there by Mark Foundry.
Yes, that is the very first set that we've seen. This should be a very exciting grand finals. Two very different play styles. And that opening that we saw from Mark Foundry is actually very unlike how he's played in previous matches in the tournament. The Mark Foundry that we had seen from previous matches that focused more on speed would have actually dropped that double blue to clear those 4 blue viruses horizontally. And it can also very much be a heat of the moment thing, because any puzzle game is in versus mode is going to be very much about just what you do in the heat of the moment.
You got to be able to ad-lib pretty good.
Looks like Mark Foundry is waiting for a red-yellow piece to be able to clear off a combo in column 4. And while that half pill that came down in column 5 is going to be a little bit of an issue down the road, Mark Foundry does manage to get the piece and clear off a triple in columns 5, 8, and 7. And that's actually going to set up a triple in a situation that comes up in puzzle games, what we like to call return to sender.
Address unknown. Nice double right there for Poochy, as he ended up getting a
he actually
blue and
cleared
yellow.
a combo for Mark Foundry, so that will set up. Oh, that left side on Poochy's side does not look good.
Yeah, this
And,
one here is going to maybe be Mark Foundry's one for the taking, with a much cleaner playfield down here in the bottom.
If Poochy can clear out that those yellows in the top to maybe align the blues, maybe. Wow, did you see that? Did you see that clear
Yes.
on Poochy's side? What foresight! That was
Horizontal
incredible play.
to claim the game.
That was world-class play on Poochy's side. Absolutely incredible. I don't think anyone else in this tournament would have seen that play.
One thing we mentioned before, one thing we really haven't brought up is you've got to have some real good nerves when you're doing this kind of setup here, because this, you got to keep your focus. You got to keep your composure. If you let your composure go down, you can't see plays like that. Tunnel vision's a real bad thing in this game. And these runners here are showcasing pretty well. They do not have tunnel vision.
In any sort of puzzle game, like Dr. Mario, and to a lesser extent Puyo, actually, any game that has very few colors, any game that has few colors such as this, it becomes harder and harder to see these kinds of chain clears. And being able to see these chain clears in these very unusual plays. Look at this play Mark Foundry is setting up. I think this is a little overzealous, but based on Poochy's board state, he'll be able to get away with it.
Yeah, Poochy's board state is kind of looking iffy, but maybe it will come together real soon.
Because Mark Foundry does have a lot of viruses, but I think that combo clear up in the top half of the playfield was just a tad greedy. And that's another skill that you have to be able to recognize, is when to cut a combo off in the name of speed. Especially in a grand final situation where you know your opponent is going to give you absolutely no quarter. You have to remember who comes to these events. These are the best gamers in the world.
And we're just a red pill away from Poochy claiming this, and Poochy has now won 3 games in a row.
So Poochy just sticking to this combo style.
And now just one game away from a bracket reset.
And the silly thing about this match, a very nice combo. It doesn't go quite as far as Mark Foundry wants, but does get 2 combos back to back. I actually had other business at the event after I was eliminated from the Dr. Mario tournament, so I have absolutely no clue what's going to happen.
You know what's going to happen here, right? We're going to see some guys playing some awesome rather Dr. Mario.
Well, that's a given, but even I don't know the outcome of this match, so it's going to be just as exciting for me.
Get yourself some vested interest into this right at this point, as looks like Mark Foundry is starting to calm himself down just a little bit. He probably can feel a little bit of pressure at this stage.
I'm really impressed at Mark Foundry's speed in this match. This is the kind of speed that he had been playing with for the entire tournament.
Yeah, this one here is Mark Foundry's game to lose at this point. Gets a yellow to fall where he doesn't really want it to fall, but, you know, it's no big problem at this stage. Sets himself up for 2 doubles.
And just speed is Mark Foundry's wheelhouse. Technicality is Poochy's wheelhouse.
Actually, he's going to help Mark Foundry clear out that 1 virus down to just the blue one remaining. There we are. And Mark Foundry claims this game. 2 games to 1 Poochy. Still needing to start off this bracket reset, though.
Just 1 game and 1 game away. Poochy, 1 game away from a bracket reset. Mark Foundry still actually needs to win 2 sets to be able to claim the tournament. So even though Mark Foundry is the winner, or is the winner's finalist, he's got a lot of work to do in this grand final.
We'll see if that comes to play here as we move throughout this second set. And right now, it looks like Mark Foundry is just being efficient with what he's clearing out.
This strategy has worked for him in the entire tournament. And this is an example of both of these players have clearly watched each other throughout the course of the tournament, picking up on their playstyles. And Mark Foundry has done a great job in attacking the weakness in Poochy's combo-heavy playstyle. If Poochy gets these combos off, he's going to win, but any sort of counterplay, and Poochy is in a lot of trouble.
And this is going to be a 4-way right here for Mark Foundry. Oh, boy.
Poochy coming back with a 3, though.
But those go absolutely nowhere that Mark Foundry, that was going to hurt Mark Foundry. So right now, Mark Foundry is well in hand to maybe claim this one and start off, yet again, a bracket reset. And that one actually helping Mark Foundry out. Looks like we are getting ourselves set up for some combos here.
Even if you're a combo-heavy playstyle... Oh, there's the last clear on Mark Foundry's end. So we are going to game number 5 of this second set. Poochy wins this. This will be a bracket reset. If Mark Foundry wins this, it will be one set apiece in the first match, and that will put Mark Foundry on the tournament match.
You gotta think if that's the case, it's gonna put a whole lot of pressure on Poochy. As Mark Foundry currently just clearing stuff out, gets himself a nice combo right there. Easy to make those combos when you have the double viruses set up like this.
Oh, absolutely. That's one of the things that you really want to look out for in those opening seconds before the first pills enter the playfield. But Mark Foundry in these last 3 games has stepped his game up to the next level, playing with blistering pace.
Yeah, take a look at what Poochy's dealing with at this point. This is not looking good. Mark Foundry has just got control back over this entire set and will likely clear this thing out here to tie this up, but we're not done yet. There's a nice combo there for Poochy.
Poochy just suffering from extremely poor RNG here, just needing a single double yellow to be able to set off a massive combo that would clear a number of viruses, but just the pill never showing up.
And time has run out pretty much. Mark Foundry is a double red or 2 reds away from claiming this set. Oh, that's gonna fall in the wrong spot. That's annoying.
This is just... Poochy has just been getting really unlucky in this game 5. He still has not gotten a double yellow in something like 30 pills.
You know, the thing is
there it is, but it's far too late.
Yeah.
Well after abandoning the combo setup. Although Poochy's combo garbage has buried Mark Foundry's last virus, although now just waiting on a single red to be able
there
to... There it is. That was a valiant effort on Poochy's end to come back from what looked like an insurmountable situation. But now Mark Foundry is going into set 3 of this match. This is tournament set.
Yes, it is. If Mark Foundry wins this, tournament over. If Poochy wins this set, bracket reset. And what you were alluding to earlier with the whole setup of the pills, both runners get that same pill setup. It's just what you do with those pills matter in this game.
I know the first few pills are the same, but I know after a certain number of pills, the game will deal both players an individual random sequence. I'm not quite sure how many pills it is that are set in stone for both players. I know it's at least 16.
16 makes sense. That would be a multiple of 8. We know how this thing likes to work with that kind of technology. Nice setup right there for Poochy. Mark Foundry's in a little bit of trouble there. Look at those. Look at that top.
Doesn't go quite as far, but I would not be surprised to see Mark Foundry consider dropping a... Well, he can't do it anymore. I'm a little surprised Mark Foundry didn't try to drop a blue pill into that little hole in the bottom of column 5.
Combo City now.
That's a 4 combo for Mark Foundry, clearing out almost all of the spare pills on his playfield. Mark Foundry has a really nice looking playfield. Even though he has 7 more viruses to clear, I would actually argue that Mark Foundry is ahead in this game right now.
He does have an advantage at this point, but it all depends on how fast Poochy can clean things up.
Yeah, Poochy's playfield just looks really... both of their playfields are actually kind of ugly, but I would argue that Mark Foundry's is significantly cleaner. And this has been one of our longest games in this grand finals, so the pill speed could actually become an issue as well. Because every 10 pills that drop, the game gets slightly faster. You might hear a sound effect. You might hear a distinct sound effect that plays whenever a pill drops from time to time. That's your signal that the game gets faster.
At some point in time, though, the pill drop speed is going to be a whole lot of unbearable, especially if you have a lot of stuff up on top. Nice combo there for Poochy to claim the game.
That was a really clever way to deal with those buried viruses. Both players finding that same initial combo, although given the pill sequence, that was handed to our runners on a silver platter.
Yep, since they both ended up getting the same pill set up at the very beginning right now. And right now we're just going to see how both of these runners deal with the different sets of colors they get. I mean, also the random combo drops as well.
Mark Foundry is actually transitioning to a much more combo-heavy style in this game 2 of the set.
Doesn't really surprise me at this point. You gotta keep changing your strategies. Otherwise, if you know that you're showcasing what you're doing to your opponent, they're gonna use that as their consideration of how they're gonna tackle you as you move along the match.
And that's what separates the great players from the best of the best, is being well versed enough in multiple playstyles to be able to execute all of them and being able to change them on the fly at a moment's notice in a tournament match. And Mark Foundry is showing that he is more than capable of being able to play quickly and set up combos, which having that level of pill efficiency is just incredible. If you're not following both of these people on Twitch, please do.
So Mark Foundry's still now just 2 red pills away from claiming this game, and there it is. Claims this game, evens out this set, 1-1.
These are some nasty pills that they're getting to start with. There is absolutely no place to put red pills anywhere in the starting area.
Nice combo there for Poochy, and ends up sending some junk over to Mark Foundry's way. Well, you need red pills now to clear out that one that's over there on top of the blue.
Poochy has built up an incredibly quick 6-virus lead in the opening seconds of this match. Although Mark Foundry very quickly closing this gap.
Well, all Poochy can do right now is sit and wait while all the junk or the extra pills fall down.
That garbage pill that fell in column 7 might be a bit of a problem.
Yeah, I don't think he really wanted that yellow right there.
Ooh, that might have been a misdrop. Poochy in a lot of trouble, might top out here.
Yep, there it is. He drops out right there.
There it is. That one misdrop in column 3. That one misdrop in column 3 did it.
All right, here we go. Mark Foundry, 1 game away from claiming this championship.
So, we've seen Poochy come back from these sorts of situations before, and this for Mark Foundry is tournament point.
It looks like Mark Foundry is setting up some combos right here.
Now, this is actually only tournament point for Mark Foundry. Poochy needs to win this set to force a bracket reset. So Poochy needs to win this set and then another match to win the championship.
Nice combo right there for Mark Foundry as he continues to pour things on over here. Both of these runners sitting with 17 viruses. It looks like Mark Foundry setting himself up for quite a few kills coming up.
If I were in Mark Foundry's position, despite there being this many viruses left, I would transition to speed at this point, and it looks like that's what he's doing.
There we go.
Wow, that is gorgeous. That is gorgeous. This is looking like it might be curtains for Poochy for this tournament.
Nice use of the stack right there to take care of the yellow pill up there in the top left corner. If you're going to try to tackle that one, as you mentioned earlier, the speed does go up the longer you're playing this game, the more pills that drop. So sometimes tackling that as early as you can definitely help you out. But 4 viruses left here for Mark, and he's going to tackle 2 viruses right there, another virus right there. Put the blue there, and that's going to be it, as Mark Foundry will claim the title.
And Mark Foundry is your Summer Games Done Quick 2018 Dr. Mario champion.
That huge combo right there, that 4-way combo, changed the tide of that final game for Mark Foundry. GG to both of the runners. Great execution, great setups. They showed a lot of skill. So GG for both of them runners.